Hey, so Chris, which I'm gonna start calling you Chicago Chris from now on. You're gonna be known as Chicago Chris.
Or Chi-Town.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you went back home to Chicago for a little bit there. You took a trip to Chi-Town.
It was a business trip, and then I stayed a few days over to visit some friends, explore, reconnect with the city. It's been over a year since I've been there, since the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it was interesting. I was on the west side of Chicago for this job, and my buddy texted me this thing before I I was on the plane actually getting ready to go. Mm-hmm. I got this screenshot of this text message, and it's called Spot Shotter, Shot Spotter on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's like this profile that reports shootings across the city.
Yeah.
And then they kind of help the police what number block it was on, so they can, and then it notifies the community, right?
Right.
So he sends me the screenshot, and it has a 3,000 block, and then it's a 3,000 block, and then it's got the street name on it, and I'm like, that's really close to my property. My property's like 14 buildings I got to inspect.
Right.
Public housing, so it's like a project building place, and I'm like, okay. So I look up the address, and I'm like, that is my property.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I was like, there was a homicide at the property I'm going to 48 hours prior. It was on May 18th. I was there the morning on May 20th. So I know about this. So I'm going in. I schedule it early in the morning, because mostly crime sleeps till well into the afternoon.
Yeah, of course, the safest time to go.
And this happened May 18th at like 9:30 at night. There's some like 30 shots rang out. I think the guy took 8 of them. And on the thing, the dude said, well, he got a headshot.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they transported him to Sinai Hospital, which is a local hospital that's close by, that with a trauma center. He was pronounced dead.
Although that's a horrible name for a hospital, by the way. Sinai.
Dead on arrival.
Go on.
Dead on arrival. This guy got it. I was talking to the maintenance man there, and he was like, yeah, I had to talk to detectives. And I walked right by where it happened. It was right in front of one of my buildings. They had
like stepping over the chalk outline.
They had the police tape. They don't do the chalk outline anymore, but they put little cones on where the bullet casings were and stuff like that. Those weren't there anymore. They cleaned all that up. But you could still see where the police tape was, and then they put a bunch of, whoever knew the guy, I think it was a 40-year-old man, they put candles up and everything. The maintenance guy was telling me in that neighborhood there's a gang war going on.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, oh, shit, my company sent me smack dab in the middle of a gang war.
That's what it sent you. They're trying to get rid of
Probably. But I took it. I just seen it was in Chicago on the west side. I know west side's a little sketch. I've been through there, but it was really sketchy. It was a poor area of the city, big time. It makes you humbled. It makes you realize your problems aren't that significant when you start seeing how some of these people were living. And the buildings itself were shitty. I mean, I walked in a couple of these townhomes, and there's mold on the ceiling.
Yeah.
There's water leaks. I mean, they're gonna have all kinds of engineering surveys there. They might just have to demo these buildings and start over again. That's what I would recommend them do. But
do you have that authority?
I mean, I have the authority to recommend other engineering surveys.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an engineer. I just go out there and I kind of just look. I'm like, I could tell, and I look at, I take inventory of all their shit.
You could be an engineer. Well, just kidding.
I'd need to go to the school and get the piece of paper to do it. I mean, yeah, I could probably do it, but
well, if that's all it takes, then just go to the school and get the paper.
Yeah. I mean, but this place, I mean, they had the paint was bubbling off the walls because there was leaks on the inside of coming from either the ceiling or the joints in the building or something. There's no telling where it was coming from. Mm-hmm. It wasn't fun. That's not the fun part. Oh. That was the work part.
Oh, okay.
Business and pleasure.